What I like about Berlin is the fact that and this is different from other main festivals like Cannes or Venice. This is a festival that's a part of the film critics, the industry is here, all the directors, but it's a festival that gives space to the film to connect with the city and with the world. I mean, it's, as far as I know, 500,000 people attending the festival every year. So I really like the spirit of a festival that it's not closing himself in a circle of film people, but it goes out. I mean, I think that cinema used to be like this in the past. I mean, the films were a lot more part of the daily life of the people, especially the people in the cities. And nowadays this is a tragedy. I mean, you barely can find a film outside of the mall, or when you are outside of the mall, you are normally in very specific contexts like small film festivals, the cinematheques, the museums, art galleries, and here it makes me think about how the cinema was in the past when the whole city would be involved, and this is what I like about Berlin.
And you have the public at your screenings. Everybody can get a ticket basically and watch the short films. You don't have to have a badge to do that or be part of the press to see the movies here. Have you heard other people maybe talking about your film, or what was your impression how the audience, the general public audience, is reacting to your movie?
Yeah, well, I think that this is the proof that with so many years of showing and insisting in screening cinema that is different from the standard and stereotyped films that we see in the mall and on TV and on internet, creates a connection with the audience that year after year you start to broaden your possibilities of things that you accept as cinema, because this relationship between we as the audience or just a client who pays and wants to have an experience, this is what capitalism proposes. As you know, you pay for an experience and you want to have this experience, and a film goer, he's not a client. I mean, it's something else. So in here I feel that the audience is very open-minded to all kind of propositions, all kind of aesthetical challenges. So of course I feel that it's a place where a film like mine, who has a complex narrative dealing with memories, dealing with mythology, can reach people that maybe it wouldn't somewhere else. So I think that screening all these films should be also an act of resistance. I mean, resistance against this monolithic way of looking. I mean, it's a paradigm that there are so many. We live in a period of multiplication of screenings. I mean, we are bombed by images everywhere. But the fact that we have more images nowadays doesn't mean that we know each other better than in the past. So this is the big contradiction of dealing with so many images in our daily life. So I believe that screening properly and programming properly these films and giving them their importance and their space to exist, it's also an act of resistance. So maybe also a political act, you know.
There is also responsibility in this. Are you aware of that, and how do you deal with it?
Absolutely. I mean, film camera, it's like a gun. Or it's like an airplane. I always think about how airplanes were invented to bring people and goods from one place to the other quickly and faster as before. So it makes us closer to each other. But airplanes were also used to bomb. I mean, Hiroshima and Nagasaki were airplanes throwing bombs. So this metaphor works also for the film camera. I mean, we see every day the most abject and most terrible, disgusting images, screens in prime time on TV. And it's a big responsibility, of course, because these people are using images to tell you not only, and this is the most intense point of capitalism, it's no longer buy our products, it's more than that. It's like follow the lifestyle that we propose you. So we are telling you how to live your life. And we are using the same weapon, which is film cameras, microphones, sounds, film language, to do the opposite. To say that life is endless. I mean, a film can bring you to places where you've never been. Still, even today, with so many images, but still you can go to places of intimacy, to places of mystery, secrets of hidden beneath the history or the official history. So of course it's a huge responsibility. And I hate also this lack of compromise that we even see that in cinema today, not only in TV and commercials, even in cinema, this absolute lack of compromise between the film directors and the people or the places they choose to film. As if cinema could do anything in the name of some artistic point of view or in the name of some illuminated genius who sees the world from above. Also, you see that in the way how we approach to films today and 50 years ago. The focus now it's on the film directors or on the artists more than on the films, and it was not like that in the past. I mean, you would go to watch a film from Nicholas Ray, and you end up discussing with him the United States of America in the 60s or in the 70s. You discuss love relationships. You discuss the generation gap between younger and older generations, and maybe you discuss something about film technique, film aesthetics. But the focus was on the films and how they would connect with the world. Nowadays we are going back to this sophisticated or thing of discussing the artist, you know, discussing the ego of the filmmaker, and more I think we should go back to the roots and discuss the world through the films, you know. The films will always be more important than the filmmakers and then the film festivals.
And when you talked about this lack of compromise, and that film thinks it can do everything to anything, basically, I thought, because you were using the term art, but for me art can have an ideology. And those films you were describing, they clearly have an ideology. They have something that you want to push and put on reality. And you touched on this with the ego as well, with the ego of the artists and the filmmakers. That, let me put it like this. For me, making a movie, I want to give it some life on its own. It has to have some breathing room, and maybe even me, who is the director, I want to be surprised by my film. Yes. And not control it completely, not push my own ideology on it. And to do that, I have to push my ego back, even when I'm working with myself, you know. And I was wondering if this idea of a canvas where the paint you're using has its own life, this vanishes away, and people want to have this full technical digital control, and this destroys the idea of film in a way.
Yeah, I think we are film directors like the postman, you know. We bring letters from one place to the other. We bring packages of things, but what's inside are words, images, postcards, secrets, you know. And our job is to bring those things from one place to the other. I mean, from reality to the screen. So our interference, we interfere in the point that we want those things to survive and to keep making it fair and connected to the roots. I mean, so if I bring something, I cannot put the letter in a water and bring it totally different. I mean, so I really believe that our job as film directors is to identify, understand, connect, and respect the nature of the people and the places we film. But this applies to cinema and applies to life, you know. You see how some film directors, even in this festival, they come as stars, you know. They are rude to the people who is serving them a drink at the bar because they are film directors and they think that they have some sort of illumination, some light inside. And in the end, you see the films and they are the same guy who is rude in a situation of power to the guy who is serving him a drink or a coffee is the guy who will make a disgusting film in the end. So I think all these things are connected. And again, we discuss cinema, we discuss aesthetics, we discuss artistic decisions. But in the end, it's really how you connect with the people around, how we deal with the people around yourself who are making your film or who are in front of the camera, you know. And this for me, I don't see any possibility in making a film without people that I love or that I feel some kind of connection. Either those who are helping me making the film or those that I'm filming. The film itself shouldn't be everything, you know? It's not like, let's sign a contract, make a film, and bye-bye, I'll never see you again. This doesn't work for me at all, you know?
I mean, in the end, you have all these different parts that are put together as a film, and each single one of them can be done in so many different ways, and there's no right or wrong about it. But in the end, there has to be something at the core that holds it together and makes it all work together. And I think this is what you are looking for, what is important for you in the first place. And like you said, how your new movie came together, or the film that you were screening here. It is just that you, I think, spend most of the time before you realize this could be a good film, not thinking about which camera am I shooting on, not thinking about which festival could I go to, but more like this connection you had to that person and his story and what he told you.
I think it should be meaningful for everybody involved in a film. I mean, if you make it in a corporativist way, you will have a very vertical hierarchy, where above is the film producer with the money, then is the genius who is the film director, you know, then you have the stars, and then you have a bunch of workers who are the proletarians, you know, who do the technical part of the film for you.
And sometimes there's
like
a script writer somewhere who says,
somewhere,
I didn't write that at all.
Of course, and he can disappear in the middle of the process.
Right.
But it's like, if you believe that the world should go into a different way, if you believe in a more horizontal way of life, where the hierarchy is not like this but like this, you also have to propose a way of making films that go against this corporativist way of filming. So it is really about these connections and how daily life like invades the process of making the film. How the film does not impose itself on reality, but it dances with reality in a way, you know. We are everybody dancing together while making a film, you know. Sometimes I can do a wrong step, go that way, go that, but in the end we create some sort of harmony in the chaos in the end, you know. And you see that in the films. I mean, you see in a film from I always refer to, I mean, dead film directors, because I think nowadays I don't see that many people filming in a way that I believe in and that I respect. But look at Cassavetes, Bresson, Nick Ray, Chantal Ackerman, how Kiarostami, you know, how you really feel watching his films, that they really spend time together. They really got drunk together. They really cried together. They were, you know, attached. And that is in the film. And nowadays I'm so tired, you know, of going to a film and I see cynicism, you know, I see distance, you know, I see the genius director using images to for a speech of you know, his theories about the world. It's like cinema used to be the opposite of what is now. Cinema used to be like a dance with reality, and now it's becoming something like the film director has his own ideas, his own theories. He's in a place where he will never get out of that circle, and then the images are illustrating his thoughts. I'm not saying that it's everything like that, but 90% of what I see nowadays, it's these kind of things. And maybe, and even from people who are very talented, you know, very good with the camera, very good with the editing. But I miss this connection. I miss to see, you know, people sweating in front of the camera, people really trying to do something meaningful, you know.
Like you said, for me, it's also like 90% of the films that I see, I lose interest in them while I'm watching. It feels to me like a dead machine, and not like something that creates any sort of tension, passion, or ja. Es läuft gar nicht.
Achso,
Also
es ist nicht gestartet.
Okay, wir haben unten auch und hier nachgefragt, wenn wir bei dem Service Point, also von hier wurden wir zum Service Point geschickt, wenn wir niemanden drauf haben und der Hintergrund, gucken Sie mal hier, dass man nichts erkennen kann, dass es dann okay wäre.
Gut.
Aber wir sind jetzt auch gleich fertig, aber Dankeschön. No, it's okay.
You see, this is connected with our conversation.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
I don't understand what he said, but I suppose that we cannot be here. We cannot be here having a conversation. There must be some rule that we are breaking.
Right.
But this is all connected. There are images everywhere. You see, there are logos. There are advertising everywhere.
True.
But we cannot have a conversation in here. It's dangerous. You know, we are talking. This must be dangerous. You know.
You are always surrounded by things that are claiming your surroundings, that are claiming, like you can't be present and you can't enjoy your freedom in a way that you should be able to.
Yes.
Because everywhere there are these stickers who say this is mine, this is like.
Plus, it's like there are 1, 2. Well, I'm counting cameras. We are already being filmed in this shopping by 100 cameras. But there must be something dangerous because it's two people sitting in a table and talking, you know. And we are not selling anything.
We
are
even
not
bought a
controlling
coffee.
everything. We even bought a coffee. There must be something, some conspiracy here at this table. And this is all connected with what we said about cinema, going into some straight vision of reality. I mean, we are not supposed to look to the right or to the left. We should.
Yeah.
And cinema is participating, unfortunately, in this process, absorbing this way of looking. Not all the films, but 99% of them. So
That's the perfect ending.